Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. And welcome to the tangling today. I am excited about the tangle that I'm doing. I taught it on my live class, but I think I need to do a little bit more, just a little bit more detail. I think I rushed through it on that class. And it's Dura, and by Damie CZT17, and it's a cute little tangle. It's really close to 1, 2, 3, but with a little twist. So here we go with Dura. Okay, here we go with Dura. And I think I'm saying it wrong. I think, well, D-R-U-A. And here's one I did with a little chalk on it. I didn't really like it, but I'll set it aside and go back because there's no mistakes in Zentangle. Here's one I haven't shaded, and here's a tile that I'm going to teach the tangle on. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to put a dot in the corners and my border. I did that on my first one, but I didn't do it on the one where I did it on the phi tile, which I love the phi tiles, but I had one of my class members do it on a 3Z, and it was beautiful on a 3Z. So here we go. I'm going to come in on this tile a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. But I'm just going to start down here in the corner, and I'm just going to make that little shape of a kind of a teardrop or a flux. And Demi comes from the bottom, goes up, and then around, and then back down. And I'm going to do it that way a couple of times, and then I'm going to show you a way that after I did it a while, I found I like to do it just a little bit different. So that's the gist of the tangle. And then I'm going to have a little sprout right out of in between those two, and this time I'm going to come up from, and I'm going to draw it down and then put my little cap over the top. So I go from that place down and then over. I just got a better looking tangle when I draw towards me. If I'm pushing my pen away, I just don't get that nice of a look on a tangle. So I'm going to come out here from this one. And I like to come in and kind of draw back down into the tangle so I get a little ink build up there. I like that. That gives it a little bit more drama to your tangle. And you can make these different sizes, but mine kind of tend to all end up to be the same size. But I just found I could draw Dura a little bit better if I did them separately. And then sometimes I might maybe I want another cap on the top, maybe I don't. And so I just found that I could just draw it a little easier. And it doesn't always have to come out of there. You could have two sprouting out of the same spot. And this way you could get a little, if you needed to do a little holly baw, you could, but I didn't need to there. But you can just get it so it kind of just sprouts out. And what I mean by a little holly baw, I'm going to do this one so it kind of holly bawed, or I drew behind. I love the terminology we get in different art forms where we use a word like hollaba, and it means drawing behind in Zentangle. And I love that those are, just some different words that we use. But I'm just going to continue to draw Dura the way I like to draw it, instead of the way it was originally done. And I think that's the one thing about Zentangle, is that we end up drawing them the way we feel more comfortable, because there's no rules. There's only opportunities to come up with something that maybe would not be, it's your own art. And did you see that one kind of sprouted out of in between? But I just think this is a really beautiful tangle. I have to be real careful that I don't I have to just pay attention to what I'm doing, or I could make a misstroke and come up with something completely different. But you can see how it's just kind of grows out of each other, and you just kind of keep going. Until you feel like you want to stop. And I like to make sure I draw all the way down into that center, all the way, so I've got that dark, where the ink is built up, so that I have that ink build up. And I like to come back and put a few little I call them flux, little tiny flux. They've kind of become one of my, I saw this done and I thought, oh my goodness, that's going to be another one of my little, instead of so much fescue, I'm probably going to have these little flux fly-offs that I just think they just add movement to your tangle, and it's just fun. And they're just little fluxes that fly off, and they can actually fill up any kind of a little space that you've got, and they just dance and have a lot of fun. And this has a lot of heavy ink in it, so that's why I drew this one, so that I could set this aside and let this dry all the way before I shaded this. And somebody asked me about general chalk pencils. And so I have I have probably every kind of pencil that you have. I don't have a big variety of general chalk pencils, but I have quite a few, you know, enough of a variety that I can shade with them. But I wasn't as happy with the shading of that than as I am when I use my regular pencils, and you get a little bit more vibrant color. This was my last video. You get a little bit more vibrant color. And so I shaded with chalk there, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to shade this one with a Rembrandt Polycolor. And I'm just going to shade down in here with in the bottom with a little, I believe this is light crimson. And I'm just going to, I just felt like these have little heart shapes. And I thought light crimson was a good color to kind of spray in here. Excuse me, I still have a little cough I'm trying to get rid of, but nobody wants to take it from me. And today I am going to use odorless paint thinner because I really like the way the odorless paint thinner does blend, and it's a vibrant color, and I can kind of control with this better than I can with the chalk pencils. The chalk pencils don't allow me to control. I'm a control freak, I guess. And so I just need to just keep it in to this little area. And you can use, if you don't want to use odorless paint thinner, you can use mineral oil. It will also soften the wax in the color pencils, and this works in any color pencil. You do not have to have a certain kind. Certain ones have more pigment in them, and so you get a little bit more vibrant color than you do if you choose a cheaper color pencil. But I have lots of different pencils, and I've used lots of them to shade with. And I'm just looking, I thought I had a darker, yeah, I wanted a little darker purple to go in the side of there, and I thought I had it out. We'll see. I'm just going to mix it with my little fuchsia. And you can see how that is going to blend, I mean, add color to your Tangle so easy. And if you want to come back and add some more dark to it, I really like my Tangles to have a lot of drama. And so sometimes I will come back, and after I color them, I will come back and add a little bit more black in them. I want these to kind of shade up, and then that very top just kind of blend in. So you can kind of see what it's like to blend with that odorless paint thinner. it's almost like, I don't know, it's just fun to blend with. And so I sometimes will come back after I've done this, and I want it to be a little bit dry, but then I can come in here and add over the top, and I have to be very careful because I'm kind of heavy-handed, and I'm just going to put some little dots of black in there just to give it a little bit more drama. I forgot what the word was. And I may even come in here and round a few corners here and add a little dark. Sometimes if it doesn't have enough drama in here, if the tangle itself doesn't have enough black, you want to come back in and just give your tangle a little bit more black to it. So I'm just kind of rounding these corners right here and filling them in so it has a little bit more black. I'm going to go ahead and color this and film. So there I have it all colored, and now I can come back in here and I'm going to just do some rounding in these corners so I have a little bit more drama. Even though I have my little flux coming out of there, I still need it just needs a little bit more. So just rounding those corners, and that's where I just round here and then fill that in. If you're not familiar with what that means, I just round that and then fill it in with a little bit of ink. And it just adds a little bit more depth to that tangle and allows you to kind of fill in those spaces. And I really rushed when I taught this before, and so I didn't give it what it really needed. And I look at this and I think, what else? It just seems a little bit bare. I'm going to go back in now and put those little dots in that center dura. And sometimes my dots get a little not really straight, but I've got dots in each one of that. That helps. And maybe I need to go in and make my little flux filled in. I think that's what I need. They need to be black also. Watch as I fill these in, what it's going to do to just the overall look of this tangle. The finishing of it. It just, you can see how that's just kind of finishing it off. I'm so tempted to put in fescue, and I'm determined that I don't have to put fescue in everything. And I like this size of tile. They make great inserts into greeting cards. And this is the 5 tile, and I love this size. You can pop them into a little birthday card or greeting card. And somebody's got they can use them as a little bookmark, or, you know, so. But can you see how that really adds? Even just rounding. I even see some more corners that I can round. You know, even just down in here. And you can really give that anywhere where there's a section, you can round that to give it just a little bit more depth on your tangle. I don't know if that's what I don't know if you call it depth, but I like it. It's just interest. It also covers up any little faux pas, because we don't have mistakes, only opportunities. And what I was seeing is, as I colored it, I kind of went outside the lines a little bit. It didn't stay in like I wanted it to. And so even this kind of helps correct some of those little things that I don't particularly like. So I am tempted to do more, you know, like some fescue. Ooh, I'm just holding my breath, saying, you don't need to put a fescue in everything. So I am going to just, you know, I've got a few more little there we go. That's going to take care of my little fescue that I wanted. A little bit more movement in my tangle. And so I have my little dots, and that's what it needed. It just, and where I was going to put the fescue, that added it. You know, they're kind of diminishing little dots that are coming out of here. And I don't think all of them need it, but there you go. You can see how that just made a big difference in the tangle. And it was fun. I love this tangle. I say that every time, don't I? You're gonna like it. She says that all the time. I love Zentangle. It is just wildly fun. I can't wait to go back and you can see the difference in, and maybe I'll just shade this one, and I don't know, just with a little black pencil, because I do have I think I have a black color pencil, and I might just do that and shade it with that. Who knows? But here it is with color pencils and chalk pencils, and I really don't like the mutedness, but I love this other. So to each his own, and thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the supplies you see in this video are available on my website at inkadoodles.com/store, and there's always a link below so you can find it. And if you haven't got your Tangle A Day calendar, voila, it's out, and there's a link below. I am sold out, but there is a link below that will send you to where you can order your calendar. And who knows what we're going to do in January with them. I'm excited. Thanks again, and have a great day.